Been developing a bunch of film lately, scanning a bunch of film lately. No better way to catch up than over some photos. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Life on Film. Big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit. Let's dig into some photos. Per usual, this is all HP5 today. Everything from the M6 and the Voigtlander 50 Nocton, and looks like some from the FM2 as well. Probably the 35 F2 for most of them. Seems to be the going combo these days. Here's one of the rolls from last fall. I think it was around September maybe that I shot this. Late summer, early fall. It's one of those things about film that it's cliche because you hear it so much when people are like, oh, it's like a Christmas every time. It's surprising, but if you wait long enough between shooting and developing, it really is like that, you know? There's something my good friend Josh Cheney mentioned recently. I had some friends over. We were all just talking photography, looking at photo books, and the age-old question of digital or film, that came up. And we were just talking about how differently we shoot when using one versus the other. Not that there is a preferred way. There is a preferred way to each of us, but not a best way. You know, that's really what it came down to. It's like, use what works best for you. Josh said something along the lines of like, you know, I always feel great when I come home after a walk with, you know, while I'm out shooting a roll of film, but I always feel worse about my photography when I go out for a walk with my digital camera. And I'd never thought about it or like heard it articulated that way, but I immediately understood with what he meant. And I think there's something about film that for those of us that are like anxious or very impulsive, especially like in the reaction to our own work, just adding more time between capturing and reviewing. There's something about that where it's like we hang on to that like hope of like what we saw and what we thought we were able to make, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this roll was from last fall. This is at the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I had completely forgotten about this photo in particular, but as soon as I saw it, I instantly remembered. And yeah, I remember being stoked when I shot that one, hoping that I would like it. And actually looks like I shot a couple photos here. The first one being the one I like, and then the second photo being one that I really don't like. I think I remember like shooting this, and then as we were walking away, just got further away, shot one, and kept walking. But that one I don't like at all. We got a few attempts with a 24mm on the FM2 in here. I mentioned when I picked that camera up in one of the recent vlogs, it came with 3 lenses, the 50, 35, and 24. 24mm is definitely not a lens I would regularly use for photography, but since it came with the camera, I wanted to just keep it around and bring it out every once in a while just to challenge myself and try to see things a little differently. It's great for stuff with the kids, like getting nice and close. It's awesome for that kind of candid documentary stuff, being able to get right up close and fill the frame. But for just my daily use kind of thing, I pretty much always stick to 35 or 50, and anything wider than that starts to feel more about the photographer's perspective specifically and like their relationship to whatever's in front of them. So for the family stuff with the kids, it's great, but for just walking around and things that I see, swing and a miss. Those are just the first few rolls I've scanned so far. I've got 3 more currently hanging and about 4, I think, that still need developed. And I'm shooting more and more each day, that seems, with the M6 and the FM2 both. Actually, let me just show a few more photos. These photos from this specific day in Portsmouth, Ohio, I'm doing a separate video just about this day. And the photos themselves, the town itself, just more about it, just to give you a little, you know, preview of that video and the photos that are going to be in it. Really excited for that one, but I'll be scanning more film here soon for another video. I also, you know, in this video I wanted to mention I have been scanning with the negative supply setup, the mirrorless or DSLR setup for years. I've been using this negative supply setup in particular for I think about 4 years, the Pro Riser. I know they've updated it and all of the film carriers since I got this, but these still work great. And the lens I'm currently using, scanning with the Nikon Z8 that I'm using to record this video, I'm using this old AF Micro Nikkor 60mm f2.8. So it's one of the old, the AFD lenses, I believe. They're older lenses, but they do have autofocus capabilities, but I found this lens. It does 1:1 magnification. Found it on eBay for, it was under $100, $88, I want to say, if I remember right. So far, though, for digitizing negatives, scanning film, it's doing the job. So I always get questions about my scanning setup, and it's always over like a million different videos over the last 11 years. So for the sake of updating everyone or just keeping everyone up to date on what I'm using, if anyone is curious, that's how I'm scanning or digitizing things these days. And before we wrap up, I want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. For over a decade now, I've managed everything in my photography career through my website, mattdayphoto.com, and I built that website with Squarespace. This was years before I ever even had a YouTube channel for them to sponsor. I've been using them since then because it is the best all-in-one place to build a website. For photographers, it's a no-brainer, regardless of what kind of photography you do. When I started my website, I was using it for my wedding portfolio and showing wedding photography, portrait photography. Nowadays, I use it for self-publishing, selling my books and zines through my online store. No matter what kind of photography you do or what you choose to do with your photography, you can give it a home on Squarespace. They have so many different templates for you to choose from to get started. Just drag and drop your photos in there to add them and customize things however you'd like. In no time, you'll have a website up and running, and it's a place where your photos can live free of any feed or algorithm. And if you ever need help with anything, they have 24/7 award-winning customer service to help you every step of the way. So try Squarespace out for yourself for free at squarespace.com. But when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/mattday and use the code mattday at checkout. That'll save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting this channel. That's going to do it for this one, but as I mentioned earlier, I've got more film to scan and more photos to talk about, more to yap about. If you guys continue showing up, I will continue doing it. So let me know if you're interested in more of these videos or anything else. If you weren't already aware, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm here live on YouTube, usually just hanging out with everybody in the chat, going through photo books together, pulling requests off of the shelf, and just talking shop with everybody. And it's a really good time. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, come hang out with us every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't make it for that regarding time zones and everything, I totally get that. You can always catch the replay. All the streams are available to watch here on the channel afterwards. So it's a little bit different not being able to connect live, in the chat with everyone else and with me. But if you want to just see some books and even just mute it, I don't care. The replays are there if you're interested. So appreciate you all hanging with me, though. It's always a good time. And thank you all for watching this video. Again, if you have any other questions about anything, let me know in the comments and we'll keep the conversation going. But that's it for today. So thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.